Welcome to Marbella. We're here to ride the 2018 version of Yamaha's MT-07 supercommuter. We had a bit of a presentation last night. They told us a bit about the bike, what they've done to it, and the truth is there's not been massive changes this year. The engine's pretty much the same as it was before. What they've done is they've changed the bodywork, given it a different riding position, changed the look, made it feel a bit more muscular about the tank area, given this longer seat. More importantly, they've improved the suspension, made some changes to the spring rate and the damping and the fork. And they've given the rear shock a rebound adjuster and increased the spring rate and the damping on that as well. We're going to go out now, spend the day on the roads, round about here, up into the mountains, and see how it goes. Yamaha's been selling the MT-07 for 4 years now, and it's been an enormous hit for them over that time. The dealers in Europe have shipped out about 70,000 of the things to commuters, novices, training schools, women riders, all of whom have fallen big time for the middleweight twin. The recipe's dead simple. It's a lightweight naked roadster with a grunty motor, natty MT family styling, and just enough chassis to handle it all. They also offered up a barrel load of optional accessories, and that meant you could fettle away to your heart's content, building your own personal, mad, acid-fueled interpretation of the MT dream. And it all came at a really reasonable price. You know, this is not an expensive bike to buy. The few criticisms levelled at it centred on the suspension, the forks and the shock. It's entry-level stuff, you know, you're not getting fantastic top-end race spec equipment here. And they didn't have the really nasty feel you used to get on budget novice bikes. I mean, you know, if you go back to the sort of early 90s, things like the XG600 Diversion, you know, just proper, you know, Soviet style stuff sometimes. But there was definitely some room for improvement. So for this year, Yamaha's taken the simple step of adding a rebound damping adjuster to the shock, and it's pumped up the spring rates and the damping levels at the front and the back, just to give it that more taut, sportier feel. And while we were in the revamp room, the designers got busy with some new bodywork, and not a massive change, you know, it still looks quite similar in lots of ways, but they've given a slightly different look, and they've got a new seat and a tank, so the bodywork around the tank has been tweaked just to give more comfort as well. And that's it for 2018. I mean, you know, it was quite a short technical presentation in some ways, you know, the poor PR guys trying to find more things to say really, but the worry is there going to be much difference, you know, that's it. There's only one way to find out, but a day thrapping round on the roads round between Marbella and Ronda. We're really lucky with the weather. Some of the launches this year have been a disaster in terms of conditions, even in Spain, but it's 14 degrees at 9 AM. I've had some breakfast, we've had a quick route briefing, and then we're up and out and off to the hills. Now the last few bikes I've been on have been proper, you know, full bore bells and whistles, you know, everything on them, things. Ducati's Panigale V4S, the Multistrada 1260S, and a Triumph Tiger 1200 XRT. So the first few miles on the MT-07, I'm a bit lost. I'm going, you know, where's my quick shifter, where's my downshifter, where's my auto blipper, where's my 700 different rider power modes, oh, my fully adjustable electronic semi-active suspension, all that fancy stuff, you just don't have it on this little MT-07. There's a nice LCD dash, ABS system, that's it, you know, the front brake lever, clutch, rear brake pedal and a gear shift pedal, and that's your whack. Even the twist grip is old school basic, you know, there's no ride by wire here, it's Bowden cables leading to butterfly valves on the throttle bodies, which is quite refreshing nowadays. I'm also refreshed on the first few miles of this ride because we're going pretty quick, you know, this Yamaha test rider's not messing about, and trying to keep up with them up into the hills is a challenge. The engine's a highlight of the MT, of course. Speak to anybody that's got one of these and they all say the same thing. You know, the engine's just so rewarding, it's packed full of character, there's lots of torque, you know, the performance in there is easy to get at. It actually feels a good bit more potent than the 70 odd horsepower might suggest. You know, if you're used to 150 horsepower, you know, 70 might sound like nothing, but believe me, this engine really does feel good. The torque curve seems to be just custom made for whatever you want really, you know. It seems like at any point you can just dial in exactly the amount of sort of thrust at the rear tyre that you think you wanted, whether you know you're pulling out of a slow corner on a track day, or whether you want to pull a cheeky wheelie away from some lights to impress some lovely people next to you. At the same time, if you're a novice rider, clean fueling, progressive power delivery, takes you by the hand. You know, it's simple, it helps you get the maximum out of your riding, you know, it's not getting in the way of things. Once we get further up into the hills, you start putting the suspension under the microscope a little bit, you know, signs are very encouraging. I've not ridden the old bike for a while, so you know, a direct back-to-back comparison is kind of difficult to make here, but one of the other journos on the launch today, he's actually bought one, Rupert Paul, he's actually owns one himself, and I spoke to him about it and he was very complimentary about the improvements. Even taking it in isolation, you know, the new bike chassis is really capable. The Fox and Shock feel a level above the sort of standard stuff you might have expected a few years ago, even in this sector. Sometimes you can get a real pogo stick feel, you know, no damping, just bouncing about as if you're on a cheap 125 scooter. But there's none of that here. You know, the wheel control is civilised, sophisticated. Didn't feel that I needed anything else from it today, even though we're sort of pushing quite hard on the road. It's the same with the brakes. You know, those Yamaha 4-piston front calipers, which seem to have been about for years now, haven't they? I mind when we first saw them in the Thunder Race 100 years ago. Loads of power, you know, there's loads of feel through the span adjustable front lever, and the ABS hasn't got an IMU or any fancy stuff like that, but it never got in the way on our ride today. One small criticism today is the tyres. It's got Bridgestone BT23s on it. An old tyre, and perfect for commuting and for a sort of sport touring kind of thing, but some of the roads today, well, you've got that Spanish sort of tarmac that's kind of polished, there's not a lot of grip. Just felt like I wanted a bit more grip at times on there, but quite a minor criticism, you know, in the overall picture of the bike. Bottom line is, it's cheap, you know, brand new, it's what, £6 grand, £7 grand. There's a lot of Yamaha accessories to put on it. You can make it look really good, sharpen it up. I think they even do an all-in shop and stuff for it if you're crazy, you know. So don't think this is just for, you know, novices, commuters, entry-level people. You know, I had a proper laugh on this today, and you can too.